did you ever get at Vlad?
About what?
Remember last time?
Oh, yeah,
Since you brought him up. I wasn't going to readdress it this time, but since you brought him up organically, did you ever get at him?
I did. And he said that he has no problem with you. And I said, okay, would you be down to have him on the podcast? And he said, I don't really think it makes sense for us at this time.
Vlad, you know better than that. When you was DJ Vlad the Butcher, just had the camera. I got the footage to prove it. I had you in the A-Tray Gangsters. You had that ghetto pass. We was partners. Never done nothing negative to you. Your platform reached out to me in 2017 for an interview. My response was Vlad himself, because I know or I thought you had people that sometime did interviews on your behalf for your platform. So my only question was Vlad himself with question marks. And then they told me, after I didn't hear from them with no response, a couple weeks later, I said, hey, they said, we're not interested this time. It's 2017. So what's happening, Vlad? You know our history. You know they make great content. It makes a bunch of sense, Vlad. It's a conversation we can have. We started off before you knew any of these people, remember? Remember I had you in the hood, homie? Oh, my mama, keep it a Google, Vlad.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if I had to guess, I would say that I feel like Vlad is trying to like expand his platform more into like, you know, because he's been having a lot of Alan Dershowitzes and a lot of like, he had that guy, Brian Johnson, who's like he created Venmo and he's like injecting his son's blood into himself. And like, he's doing all his Dennis
I got a
Rodman.
couple of nephews that's in the NFL. I'll bring one of them with me if that'll help it make them better, Vlad.
I feel like if I had to guess, I feel like his thing is that he kind of is trying to stay away from being in the current podcast landscape where people sort of like have people on, get them to talk shit about certain people, then have the other person on, get them to talk shit about that person, which sometimes, you know, we kind of fall into it as well.
You're a better friend than a lot of people have for you to stand in the gap for him like that.
I'm shooting him some bail right there.
Yeah, you're doing very well as a defense attorney, but Vlad and myself, we can hold down quite a long conversation just discussing myself and his interactions. We don't have to talk about anybody. We just talk about our experience and why I'm here talking to you about him instead of me already being on this platform. That's a simple conversation. Vlad, you already know, nobody owes anybody anything. But in the sense of the game, throwing the dog a bone, you know you owe me that look, Vlad. Keep it a Google, my nigga.
There's somebody that you don't like that I feel like he's down with, but I forget who. I'm trying to remember.
Show me in this whole industry that we are affiliated with where that matters.
Yeah, especially as an interviewer.
Come on, man. Like you just was describing what he's trying to get away from. I was a part of you being that type of individual. The first time I came on your platform in 2018, in the next couple of days, you had Bosco and Wack, and they trolled me. And I got right back in your DM and was like, my turn, I need to come back. I didn't hear back from you until 2023.
Oh, okay, back then, yeah.
I'm just saying, I feel you with that's what he might be on, but that's, if you haven't noticed by now, I can talk about a lot of things other than what another doing.
Right.
I don't need to talk about another fucker to hold an interesting conversation. Oh, my mama.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because that's kind of like where the rap media game is at right now. There's a lot of like back and forth of like, you don't like this guy, let me do an interview. We'll talk about why you don't like this guy. And, you know, there's a place for it, but it also does start to feel, you know what it starts to feel like after a while? It starts to feel like battle rap, which, no offense to the battle rappers, but there's a reason why nobody wants to pay attention to all the beefs that go on in battle rap, because they all feel hella fake, because it's just like recycled over and over and over of like, oh, okay, these two guys are beefing, so there's going to be videos of them talking about why they don't fuck with each other. And I feel like, because Vlad fell back on doing the battle rap interviews too quite a few years ago, and he still will do it with like some big names and stuff, but sometimes it feels like you're kind of pigeonholing your platform by just creating this weird little circus where people go back and forth with each other on your platform, when as an interviewer, there's so much that you could do with your platform, and there's so many different personalities that you could have, and there's so many big conversations to be had. Not to say that you can't do both, because I feel like I can do bullshit and high-level content.
But you definitely have found yourself, you know, established to the point where you can. You do that. It's like almost like Donahue. Sometimes the Donahue show used to be way out, but sometimes it used to be, you know, sophisticated and prestigious. And you're like in the new wave lane of that. But I am so exhausted and displeased with myself for falling into that trap of being one of these people on the internet that go back and forth.
We just hit 600,000 subscribers on the Clips channel right here. We're trying to get to 700, so you know what to do. Smack that red button and subscribe. Appreciate you.